the people you love most.
You talk in your book about this, as you just told me about some of the personal experience you gone through in your life, and you actually express it in your book. Is that was this book kind of like a therapy reliever for you all these years?
Yeah,
Having
absolutely.
a rocky relationship with your father. Was this sort of like
Yeah.
put the bed to rest and
Absolutely. It allowed me to put things in perspective. It allowed me to sort of spill out my heart into this book because it was a labor of love. But I knew that for me, it was beyond me. It was beyond Felix Manuel Rodriguez.
mm-hmm.
It's for the world to read. It's for other children who were in the same position as I was, to say, you know what, even if I don't have a dad in my life, even though right now things aren't going the way I hope they were, I'm going to be better than my dad was. I'm going to be the better person than he was. And that's what I hope I get out of this book, that when children read it or their moms read it to their kids, I had a lot of grown men and grown women that said to me they read the book and they started to cry because they come from single parent homes. And so a lot of people connect to the story. Now, you think about 25 million fatherless children in this country. I'm not alone. This is not a Latino problem. It's not an African American problem. It's a nationwide, it's a global problem. And so, that's where I hope that we can, make some dents within our communities, one person at a time.
Well, when Ray, I definitely can relate to you because I was brought up without a father, not knowing who my father was for a long time and whatnot. So, my question to you: do you think that as the ethnic group, do you think that as the ethnic groups, what ethnic group you think, or if any, takes the most effect in not having a father? Is it the Latinos, the Caucasians, the African Americans, or like you said, all of it? Or is there a certain group you think that takes more effect not having a father or father role model in their life?
Yeah, I really.
My associate, I'm trying to go on and get my bachelor's. So you were the first in your family to do that and to be a homeowner.
That's correct.
Tell us about that. How did that
was
feel?
that was huge because when we got the phone call that again we didn't know, I was working 10 hours a day, and at times 12 hours blue collar work at the time, and my wife was also working as a paralegal, and we knew that this was a dream of both of ours, not just mine but both of ours, and so we said, you know what, let's take a chance instead of renting and paying someone else's mortgage off. Let's try to get our own home. And as a first-time home buyer, we took advantage of that program. And when we got the call back that we were pre-approved for a certain amount, we were like, let's go house hunting. And it was a great experience. And I really think in terms of the ethnic part of it, again, there's no one that's not immune to being affected by being a fatherless child. It can happen to someone in suburbia. It can happen to someone in the urban cities. Predominantly, it happens more in the inner cities where there's low income and where, like I said, I grew up in the projects. And so like maybe 4 or 5 of my friends that I grew up with, have 3 or 4 kids, but don't claim these kids or don't have nothing to do with these kids. And for me, I'm like, I think about it. You try to talk to your friends that but they're their own person. They have their own mind. Is that I couldn't do that to my blood. I couldn't do that to my kid. And I say, man up. If you're going to have kids, be